way, all the way, low to low, and deliver. Welcome to Starfire Sports Complex here in Sequilla, Washington, just a stone's throw down from Seattle for the 3A State Championship. It's a familiar matchup. It's the Bellevue Wolverines and the Mercer Island Islanders. Once again, Scott Ohsman here, Eric Briggs, Tim Luce on the field. And Eric, it is a time-honored tradition. You can just close your eyes, 24-3. This is the 10th time they've matched up, the 7th straight year. It's been Bellevue-Mercer in the state final.
Yeah, I think Coach Ian O'Hearn and Coach Andy Matthews said it the best. It's a classic matchup.
If you like dynasties, this is what we have for you today. They did play each other. They've been scouting each other all year as you see them lined up at the center of the field. Bellevue in the dark blue unis and Mercer in their whites. And Bellevue took it on the chin, 12-10, just a 2-goal difference on April 22nd. And Mercer Island is stacked, Eric Briggs. 9 seniors coming back this year versus Bellevue, only 6 seniors. And talking to Ian O'Hearn, again, 23rd year, the winningest coach in high school boys lacrosse in the history of high school of Washington.
Yep.
This is a 19th state championship games for them. He's unbelievable. He is the Bill Belichick as far as long-standing coaches. You see the Bellevue crowd fired up here on a sunny Saturday.
Oh, it is absolutely beautiful here. They need to get that Bellevue team fired up. They came off a very hard win against Snohomish, on Wednesday. So, we'll see what they got. They're going to need all the fans they can get.
And they are loaded. If you talk about goal scoring, I mean, it just go down. Rosado at 55 goals. Ryder Davis, 72 goals. It goes on and on. Robbie Curry. These guys just keep coming back and back. And for Bellevue, under third-year head coach Andy Matthews, he's got his squad playing. They are young, only 6 seniors, but I'll tell you what, they got some phenom freshmen. Beckett Ritzer, 50 in blue, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep your eye on him.
Goals in the close 11-10 win over Snohomish in the semifinals to get here.
He was the player of the game.
He was, and we're getting ready, and one of the biggest matchups is 7 in blue, Lee. He's got 195 ground balls coming in, and Ian O'Hearn, the one concern he had was face-off and possession. He'll go up against Declan Manson.
Yeah, he was definitely concerned about possession. That was his key, keeping the momentum. Because he feels like Bellevue is going to stall. So we'll see if that comes out and what they have a game plan for against it.
And Lee gets the first one. We'll go down to Tim Luce here in a minute. And Bellevue, very good possession. And Tim, when we talked to head coach Ian O'Hearn, he said if they get possession, goals. He had 2 in the playoffs. And there's Teo one more time.
Left.
Tandy goes again. It's wide.
Yeah, there's a young man determined to find his rhythm.
Well, yeah, and I like this because this is what Coach Andy Matthews said in the game against Snohomish. Get the ball out of the stick within 2 seconds, right? Keep that ball moving. Keep your hands free. Get a clean shot.
Coming back around, Bellevue in the Wolverine helmets, iconic. Nate Weingartner, there, he's one of their big ones. 31 goals.
Here goes the freshman taking a wing. Oh, just off.
Just wide. And you got to talk about the netminder, the guy between the pipes and white, number 1, Jess Gohagen. He is phenomenal.
Incredible.
60% save rate. He was sensational last year in this matchup. Bellevue still with possession. No score here. Glad you're with us on STSPN. There's Teo at the top. And they're being patient, yet they're kind of being a little bit aggressive here, Eric, which is good to see.
Well, they are stalling a little bit by moving that ball around, seeing what Mercer's going to do, but then they're taking really good, I wouldn't say aggressive, I would say good clean shots.
Spin, he gets inside on his hip. It gets out of his stick, and it goes to Gohagen, and that possession comes up empty, Tim, but a good look for Bellevue.
Robbie Curry, the senior midfielder for Mercer Island, laying the wood down on the crease, and now Mercer Island going back the other way.
We'll see the big powerhouse. They give him an open lane for the deep hole. The long stick working, and now we see Mercer Island, the juggernaut.
So we'll see what Bellevue does. I think they're going to stay on man here, but we have seen them go zone before to mix it up a little bit, confuse the offense. So right now it looks like they're kind of in a zone, but it's a 3-3. So
getting the subs taken care of early on here. Lucas Rosado, boy, he can put it through. 55 on the season. He had 2 8-point games this year. 5 in white behind. And both teams just kind of checking it out. They all know each other so well. They play off season together.
Yeah, they're
There's
going
a
zone.
swing. It's broken up in. Let's see who gets it. And it's in.
Deeper.
Luke Olson. And there we talked about Luke Olson. He's come up big. Andy Matthews said,
Huge.
Coach said he has come up huge when we need him.
Contest the ball, so he got it. One possession for Bellevue.
Bellevue down, getting all kinds of pressure on the other side. Robbie Curry again. It's a hot day for a Seattle Saturday here in May. Sun is out, high going to be about 70, 75 today. Perfect day.
Jake Terry now on approach.
Oh, beautiful. You're going to see the defender just falls asleep on that one. And in the replay here shortly, he gets his hands free, comes down, straight down, gets some spacing on that defender, hands free, picked his shot. That's how it goes.
And the sideline erupts in celebration. Everybody getting down as that one was snipered into the back of the net. Bellevue is up.
1-0 Bellevue. Terry, he's come on strong for them. We saw him Wednesday night against Snohomish playing big.
Possession by Mercer there.
Yeah, that's a
Bellevue.
big deal.
Yeah, Bellevue had the opportunity, ran into each other, and knocked each other out of the play.
Hanson wing 23 for Mercer are able to get possession there.
That's going to be a big watch this entire game on the faceoff.
All right, so
Mercer's coming back now.
looks like Bellevue staying in zone. Seems to be working for him, so we'll see how long they stay in zone.
16 in white, Bryce Galgon. He's got 35 through this year. He's been huge. 3 goals when they played in April for Galgon. He finds a crease cross.
Oh, wow.
There's a fire, misfire, goal, save. Down with it. Who's coming up with it? Here's another shot.
Oh, huge save.
A big save for Luke Olson.
Huge save for Luke Olson. Talk about coming up strong for your team. That's exactly what Coach Matthews was saying.
That was Ryder Davis with the shot. Settling in here, 1-0 early going. 7 to go in the first quarter. Bellevue on top here. A huge save by Luke Olson.
Yeah, he just stayed poised in the pocket, just was right there waiting, even though it was a one-on-one doorstep. He had him dead to rights, no fakes, so he had the shot all lined up and saved.
Just a sophomore as Bellevue here trying to add to it. Teo.
Oh, good
Step
look.
down. There's a save by Gohagen.
Huge save.
Rebound goes to the Wolverines. Nate Weingartner, 14 in blue, comes up with it.
Oh,
There's going to be a flag.
think that was maybe a little LeBron James action going on there.
Weingartner looking now, bring it back up to the top. Jake Terry already with 1 goal, 27 in blue, driving.
Here we go.
He does a
nice
bouncer.
Are they going to hold it? Yep. They hold possession.
And they'll go at it one more time. Tried to sneak that one in, Eric.
It was good. It was a nice, clean shot. Don't put it into the goalie's net.
Kaysen,
Keep the ball alive.
Yeah, 22. Kaysen had it for a second. Now they're back up top. Working that left side, left wing. Rory Ritchie, one of the phenoms last year in this state game. Coming on. There
it is. Nope, crease.
Weingartner says he's in the crease.
Well, we'll get the penalty. Yeah, hopefully we'll see it on instant replay here, how close. That line's kind of hard to see. Fans aren't happy with this, as you can hear. Oh, right there, yep. He just steps on that side corner. Good call by the ref.
An excellent effort nonetheless. Wow.
Yeah, if he hadn't slipped right there, I think that would have been clean and a goal.
So crease violation here. Bellevue will get it.
So we got penalty in the box for Slash.
Yeah, man up opportunity here. Bellevue, this couldn't go any better for head coach Andy Matthews in his 3rd year. They got the good mojo here to begin in this first quarter.
Wow, got him with a
huge fake.
Massive fake. Teo with it up top. Now they're going to play catch.
Carter Kaysen with a deadly fake behind the cage.
Yeah, he broke those ankles. I love their ball movement. Let's see if they can put it away on man up. They need that crease guy. Oh, almost got it.
O'Hagan, yeah, he tried to pick one.
They have to get that crease guy moving around. There you go. That's what they need to see.
Empty shot there. A good big one by Ritchie. And a big save by Gohagan. And here comes Mercer. But that's a good look.
That was a great
look. You can't fault for that.
No, that was a great save by the goalie. Robbed him.
Coming down from Mercer Island. See if they can get something going here on the board with 4:23.
Yeah, penalties released now.
All even. Coming back down. Bryce Galgon. 30 assists for Galgon this year.
Looks like they're still holding zone.
As they come back out. Beat Ballard 16-5. Did Mercer Island to get here in the semifinals. Beavers go down. Good for that program to get into the semifinals. And here's Galgon. Working on Beckett, the freshman. Looking, now he goes back up top.
Good ball movement by Mercer here.
Davis back around. There's a shot.
Yeah, so in a zone, I think what Mercer's probably going to try to do is get those clean open shots by rotating their top around so they get a good clean look at the top on a long shot, because you're typically not going to find the inside crease in a zone.
Shadow with that one. Curry with the ball right now, far side of the field.
And here's that possession and stalling we talked about earlier.
Well, I remember last year in this game, both coaches said they were going to be really patient, and then no one was patient.
That's 100%.
Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, both teams are being actually really patient, taking good, clean shots, not being overly aggressive.
Coming around, here's Ryder Davis, another big scourge. I mean, everybody can hit it from anywhere as the train goes by here down at Starfire. I hear that in the background. Nice little crowd here for morning lacrosse.
It's like Bill Durham, right?
Yeah,
right through the field. Yeah.
Lakin Heights 9 in white with the ball right now, kind of cruising in, and they are taking their time.
Yeah, they are rotating around. That zone, when I watched the zone when they put it up against Snohomish, it was defeated Snohomish. They couldn't get a look inside. They really had to work the outsides. Try to get Bellevue's defense moving. As you can see, they're just popping in and popping out. Not getting a lot of open look movements. Have to shoot it from the outside.
Galgon looking now. He fires. This one's wide again. They've had plenty of shots on goal, Tim.
Yeah, wide, but still the keeper's net was on point. No way that one would have gone in.
Hikes coming around. Now back up. Davis.
That's why that zone works so well. Beats the first man, gets the second man.
Poking, prodding that zone, trying to see if there's anything loosening up.
Table just called 2 minutes.
Yeah,
2 minutes. There we
2
go.
minutes to go.
1:42 on your watch. So
Yeah,
without
a shot clock though,
yeah.
they should be able to hold the ball.
I was going to ask one of those. There's a big step down, high top from Galgan.
Yeah, Galgan's one of their main shooters too, right?
Put everything into that.
Thought that was Gabe Balzer on the shot there.
Oh, was
nope.
it? It was 16.
Nope, you're
I
correct.
thought.
You're correct, Bryce Galgan.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
no problem.
Yeah, he has 34 goals in the season, 30 assists. So he's a moneymaker.
As they wind down the clock here, just Mercer taking this game to an absolute stall situation.
Yeah, Bellevue's being a lot more patient than in the Snohomish game, right?
Yeah.
They're way more aggressive. They're being very patient here. So is Mercer.
Bo Strom, 24, the long pole. He kind of leads that defense for Bellevue. As big Ryder Davis brings it out. 7 in white, working that left side. Yeah, the time is ticking
35.
here. There's a shot.
Oh, wow. Number 5,
Lucas Rosado.
Senior attackman with a laser.
Absolute laser.
Let's rocket to the back of the net.
That's 56 goals for him this year.
In 41 seconds.
So yeah, it's the replay. You just see, he has to take those outside shots, but the second defender didn't come up in the zone to kind of thwart it, so he had an open look on net.
But they are just being so patient. Hard to stay in that zone for that long. I mean, mentally, just to keep focused.
Especially when it goes slow, that's when the zone starts falling asleep.
Face off here, Lee. He's going to get it to his buddy.
Drop ball.
Hank Weingartner drops it.
Mercer.
Time running out. Sade gets it. Zach Sade.
Yeah, untimely mistake by Bellevue there. They needed that possession.
Another senior, 14 in white. He's kind of short. Yeah, we're coming down to 13 seconds. Are they going to get a shot off?
They did get a shot off. The defender knocked it out. Looks like Bellevue's going to get it with less than 2 seconds. 5 seconds.
There's Bo Strom with it, trying to just bleed out the time here in the first quarter. They do. Okay, first quarter in the books. State championship on the line. We're all tied up. We'll head to the second right after this. You're watching the boys 3A state championship right here on STSPN. Okay, we're back in 3. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Eric Briggs. They shut down Tim Luce. You head at that Bellevue huddle. What's head coach Andy Martinez talking about?
You know, he's praising his team for the defense that they brought so far. They talked about their man-up possession and how to better execute when that comes down. But overall, just proud of his team trying to keep momentum behind.
Lee has been challenged, and he doesn't come up with that one.
Yeah, that's uncanny for Jason Lee. He's getting a little pressure on the backside there.
Ball down, bodies down, everybody's down.
Possession stays with Mercer.
Hikes brings it up, and they'll settle and get things going. They're fine. They're senior laden. There's no panic in this team.
Yeah, I think you saw that, right, with the end of the first quarter. You know, they were poking at that defense, and they were working to get that ball, and they finally found a couple open shots at the top, and one went in.
Galgan with it, 16 on the far side, just hanging out, waiting to make a move. Finds inside, but it's broken up. Tough pass through traffic.
Cam Hansen.
Yeah, ball still down.
Number 99, big number 99.
Bumping to the sideline, and Sharp finally got it 60. Try to get it over. Now they reverse the field. They're in business. Here they come through the midfield.
They're counting. Got to get to that box.
That's the defense coach Matthews was praising just at the end of the first quarter there, able to make a big turnover, and now Wolverines on approach once again.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. Have a very patient, dedicated defensive line to handle this senior Mercer attack.
Mussolino William, the one who safely got it into the box for Bellevue on that turnover. We don't call those guys names enough, you know?
That's true.
Defenders.
We got to call those guys. Those guys, they're like the O-line for football, man. They don't get a lot of praise.
Terry.
Oh, that's a good look.
Terry looks at it.
Bouncer deflected away by Johagen.
Going with an open set. Oh, now they're switching it up there. Now they got a crease guy.
Back to Kaysen. Kaysen could get flashy on you. There he goes, trying to make a move. Bellevue switching it up, moving.
Little not as quick on the ball movement as they have been. They're holding on to it a little bit longer. Maybe that was part of the switch up with the at the quarter with the coach.
Yeah, Teo getting it. It was a barn burner. There's
a good look.
Say hello to the freshman Beckett Ritzer.
That kid is amazing. Player of the game for the Snohomish game. 4 goals in the Snohomish game. He proved himself a freshman. Not a freshman here in this championship, the playoffs and the championship game. You'll see him. The defender's waiting for him to come around. He just took his time, looked at his shot, and drilled it.
Yeah, you can see number 4 of the defense, Shane Benaroya, get hung up behind the screen down low, just opening the hands free in the shot to the back of the net.
Bellevue fans fired up by a goal here. Early minutes of the second quarter, and we talked to Andy Matthews, head coach. He said, yeah, Beckett Ritzer, make sure you pay attention to this kid.
Yeah.
You might want to hang out and watch this kid as the years go by, as this one's up for grabs. Another contested
number 7 got it for
Big
Mercer.
Ryder Davis. He's a big kid. They don't give us program height and weight, but we were down on the field, and I'm telling you, these kids they're big kids.
Yeah, Mercer puts a lot into the D1 programs.
Yes,
has a lot of all-stars. So you got to have height and weight.
Hakes.
Nice look. Oh, that was close.
Very close.
Little low to high action. Just missed the corner.
Luke Ohsman checking the net to make sure nothing was in there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw it.
A Sunsplash Starfire Stadium here. We were just happy here in the Northwest to get a day like today. Robbie Curry, 2 in white, purveying the field and sizing it up. Again, they're back.
Yeah.
See if they can pick their point.
Cam Hansen pushing him back.
You guys want to talk about size? I'm standing next to junior LSM Will Baxter. This guy is 6'4".
Yeah.
He just makes me look like a junior high schooler out here.
I'm telling you, they have some big kids. You look at Ryder Davis, 7 in white. There's imposing physicality of these seniors.
Lucas Risotto ain't small.
Yeah, Lucas Risotto, all of them. Look at, again, I said Ryder Davis right there, the senior. As they're playing around, we got the championship weekend going to D1. These two programs have put a lot of kids in
Zach Saeed,
D1. Yeah,
he's no slouch. He's putting up the goals and assists for the team.
so Mercer happy to just be patient here. Maybe Coach Ian Ahern was telling us they want to beat them at their own game of being patient and not giving Bellevue the ball.
Well, they do have the more experienced team. They are going to be a little bit more calm and collected. They've been here before. Most of these kids have been here at least twice now. And last year with a championship.
Yeah, last year was close. There's a shot wide from Davis.
Boy, that one might have taken the paint off the inside bar there. That was close.
And it was fast. You can hardly see that.
Time ticking away. 7:20 to go in the second quarter. Mercer Island down by 1 goal. Lakin Hikes, another senior.
Very patient game by Mercer.
Tim, again, it's interesting that so far the only goal, they really attack from out front, from up top. They're not doing inverse. He flies around. That's a tough job.
Yeah.
Robbie Curry got all kinds of business. But it's just where they want to attack from.
We've got a timeout with Mercer. Very needed timeout. They don't need to be pressuring that zone defense like that. They're going to lose the ball.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick pause here. 3A state championship. Bellevue up by 1. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Eric Briggs, Tim Luce on the field. And this one, last year's state championship, it was close there, Eric, for a while, but Mercer Island ended up winning 11-6. Kind of took it away in that third and early fourth quarter, and it's been all even here so far.
It's been all even. Both teams have been extremely patient. It feels like last year's game, right? Both teams are kind of feeling each other out, so it's probably going to come down to the fourth quarter again between these two teams to see who has the stamina.
It's picking off where we left off, Tim, as far as it's just interesting where they choose, where Mercer's going to attack this Bellevue zone defense.
Well, wherever it is, it's going to be well thought out. You can see both teams taking their time and finding the right look.
That was a great shot. Galgon, that was a low down behind the cage, back out. And
Luke Olson couldn't hold on to that, though, so possession back to Mercer.
That's always a great strategy to come behind the cage and then a flamethrower right from Broadway.
Well, that's what you got to do with the zone, right? You got to get misdirection going with them. Get the guy up top, free hands, or on the side.
Back out front. Curry running the offense. Point guard here for the Islanders. Ryder Davis. Looking, seeing.
Got to get some more rotation. They seem to be a little bit stale up at the top, so I'm not sure what the game plan is there. They are moving the ball around pretty good, but
there's a step down, and there's a save by Olson. Curry tried it, and Olson has been big on the early going.
Now Curry too hard into the turf.
Oh, big steal there.
Huge misstep there. Here comes Saeed.
Oh, wow.
No,
The bouncer just goes over the bar.
Lakin tried to put it down.
Yeah, the turf is not as forgiving as they would hope. I'm guessing it's a little bit harder, but both right over the crossbar.
Yeah, it seems to. He had him dead to rights with that bounce shot.
MI gets it right back. That's a frustrating for Bellevue. They finally hold him off. Luke makes a good save. They get it, and they can't handle the ride in the midfield.
Yeah, uncanny mistake by Bo Strom there, the senior leader on the defense, but he's usually pretty well composed, so he'll probably fix that.
Checking now on that left side. There's Rosado, who's got their only goal. Curry. And now they'll reset. It's like they're trying to do two different things on offense here, Eric.
They got to keep the rotation, right? They can't just keep it an open set. They got to keep these guys busy in the middle instead of, just allowing them to pop in and out. It allows the ball to move a little bit better on the outside so they can get some clear shots.
Kind of putting Zach Saeed, 14, in the middle of the paint. See if he can get a look. Galgon working from X. Back out top. Luke Carpenter, 11, gets the ball on his stick.
Now they're getting a little bit more aggressive here on defense.
Well, a lot of time has elapsed here with Mercer Island and a shot taken. Robbie Curry.
Yeah, he likes that from downtown, doesn't he?
A good job by Benaroya. Yeah, Shane Benaroya. Great job. Just heads up play for his team Bellevue to keep that ball in their possession or get that ball in their possession.
Ohsman now gets it on to Ederer. Von Ederer, he was big last year, and he clears it into the box. Can he hang on? Yes, but we have whistles.
Looks like a timeout called by Bellevue. Much needed timeout.
Quick timeout by Bellevue. They're going to set up, get the puppies organized, as they say. Timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. We'll be back right after this. Tim, you were trying to just get a tiny bit of that Mercer huddle there. What do you got for us?
Well, it seems like the offense is going to be the focus coming out of this timeout. They're trying to get that offense moving, and then from the other side of the field, Wolverines just say, hey, let's keep it up. Defense is doing a great job. We are playing the game, Coach Matthews had said. We are playing the game we want. Let's not get cocky. He said, composure, composure, composure. The game is far from over.
Seb Gonzalez, the D-pole on 21 in white.
Freshman.
Yeah, getting Beckett, and Beckett's still here now in the near corner with it.
Talk
about a hot hand, Eric Briggs.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Look at this kid. He's just spinning around. Nice shot. No look over the shoulder.
He's got a fire left, as we've seen already. That one too much.
He's making the senior D-pole work over there for Mercer, I'll tell you that much.
Back here, Kaysen, 22. Gets it over to Richie. Richie back over to Kaysen. Ball down. Again, you talk about eating clock, Tim. You mentioned it. Only under 3 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, it was
mostly Mercer too, right?
Own the possession, own the clock, and win the game. That's all it takes. It only takes 1 point to win.
And that's exactly what Coach Ian O'Hearn wanted to do. Possession.
Terry looking. Driving. Puts it through. Weaves in and he gets it done.
Yeah, you'll see that crease slide did not come in when it was supposed to come in. He was able to horseshoe himself around.
Very, very patient Jake Terry coming in.
Watch the replay here. He's just getting around.
Hold on, Tim.
And you can see that number 17 is too slow to get to that to get to him after he slides past the defender.
Yeah, Terry easily had his first look on goal when he came around the corner, but paused, stepped back inside, and was able to lay it in for an easy one. Yeah, great point there, Jake Terry.
Absolutely. His second goal so far of the 3-1 Bellevue. That's correct. It is correct on your screen. Bellevue Wolverines 3, the Mercer Island 1 here.
Hey, but we did see that last year too, where Bellevue did get up ahead, right?
Teo with it.
Yeah, 3 points in this game
is nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. The fastest game on 2 feet. Halen Ritzer, the junior, older brother of Beckett, also can put it in. He's got the ball now, looking for a seam. Loses it.
They're playing a little tight, a little too aggressive.
Terry tried to get it, got banged up. Now it's up to the line. And Seb trying to get it. I think it's out on Mercer.
Oh, no. Hope he's okay. Just slipped out. Looks like he's all right.
Kind of saw him on your screen there. He's fine.
Looks good.
Another big fella, and they'll get it to Teo. He's got a double team looking to meet and greet right now. Runs out of that, and he'll get it into the box.
Yeah, you can see Mercer's ready to play. I mean, that's pretty scary coming out on the concrete like that with cleats, and, he was all out to try to get that ball, so he's committed. Oh, another good look.
Another one.
They're trying to get that wraparound from X. They're tying up all those guys in the crease.
Kaysen back up top. Terry can't handle it again.
Got tipped by the
you got a long pole, on a shorty, and that's an uneven match. But Terry comes up with it.
That was Seth Gonzalez, who's having a day.
We got a timeout by Bellevue.
Oh, another timeout.
This is where I think Coach is going to tell him to calm down.
Yeah, those passes are a little bit lazy in traffic.
And they're too tight.
Yeah, and you can't have 2 deep holes on one shorty trying to get out of it.
Yeah, no, you're going to lose the ball. And unfortunately, they didn't.
All right, we're going to keep it here? We'll stay here.
Yeah, so, I don't know if Tim's going to get in there or not, but I'm pretty sure that's what the coach is going to be talking about is just, hey, we need to spread the wings a little bit, get the ball movement going like we have been. Don't try to force passes. Possession.
Tim, going down to you. Do you think, again, Mercer seems to get a little more urgency as you see the great crowd here at Starfile really trying to fill in. It's just what a gorgeous day here. Big events down here for boys lacrosse and all around the state. But, Tim, I sense that Mercer's defense, you got to get a little angsty, don't you? You want to put a little more pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. Start with pressure, and that is definitely the feeling down here on the sideline on the Mercer side is defense and a sense of urgency to gain the ball back.
Well, if they can bleed this 109, 108 left with a 2-goal lead going in, like you said, anything can happen, and this can change.
What does Meldrum say? You'll give him the juice?
Give him the juice.
We'll give him the juice.
Yeah, they're feeling a lot of juice on the Bellevue sideline.
Shout out to Trevor Meldrum.
Yes, Trevor Meldrum did a great job on sideline for us in that Snohomish thriller. And talking again back to that game Wednesday night, so Bellevue gets here again. Andy Matthews is like, hey, Snohomish brought it.
Yeah, they did.
They absolutely put them down to the line. And it was Luke Olsen had a massive save.
Huge game.
To get him here. And Mount Si, we'll talk about 4A, 3A. They escaped Curtis, and they're going to be in the 4A state title. As back out here, Carter Kaysen, just a sophomore, 25 ground balls on the season.
Going against the midfielder, senior Ryder Davis.
Yeah. Look at the size.
Look at the size difference.
Well, and you can see the no sense of urgency in the Wolverines. They're just controlling the pace of the game, and it's turned to work out for them.
They did this against Snohomish, too. Put the defense to sleep by doing this, and then gets down. Everybody starts scrambling, gets a good pass.
Kaysen looking. Time running out. Kaysen still with the ball.
That's
Cross. Now the step down too high by Rory Ritchie.
it. Good look by Rory Ritchie, just a little high. Got a stick on the hand.
20. Nate Weingartner winning the chase.
Here's Weingartner. Here's Nate looking.
Little two-man action, lost the ball.
Under us, just 5 seconds. They're about to go. They got to get a shot.
Here's a freshman. Rip it.
Beckett with time and a
save.
good save by Gohagen, and he'll just toss it down to the other side. And that will do for the first half of the 2025 3A State Championship. Bellevue up 3-1 over Mercer Island. What a game. Call somebody. We're going to take a break here at halftime. We'll be back with more right here on STSPN.
Be clear.
Back here, Scott Ohsman, Eric Briggs, Tim Luce on the field. We're ready for the second half. 3-1 lead for Bellevue. Jason Lee.
Slipped on that one, had the possession.
Justin Lee, excuse me.
Looks like Mercer picked it up.
Yeah, Mercer's going, and it's
Sean
Lucas
Dillon.
Rosado.
Sorry, Lucas Rosado.
Rosado heading to Wesleyan. Excuse
Wesleyan,
me.
yeah.
And Davis. So we'll see what Mercer does. A lot of talk at the halftime must have been for Ian O'Hearn. How do we attack and handle this zone? They don't see a lot of zone during the year.
Yeah, let's see if they've fixed that during halftime. You know, they got to do a lot of movement, especially around the bottom where they got the shorter sticks, right? So shorter sticks are on the outside. Can they move the ball? Can they move people in the ball around enough to get Bellevue to bite?
Yeah. Ryder just a warm up there to get it high. He'll stay Mercer. There's Ryder again with it. He'll pick it, put it back behind at X. Lakin hikes and then now back out. Oh, God.
See, they're basically taking their big shooters up top. They're basically taking them out. And those big shooters, I mean, they got to think about this. They got to start rotating those big shooters around, get that defense on their heels, not knowing where they're at, so they can get clean shots up top.
Davis, Dalgon, and Curry, the top three. We're talking at halftime. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, a lot of lacrosse knowledge up here in the booth, and just about how to make that defense move, get them off their spots.
That's a good
big
sneak
shot, yeah, by Rosado.
Yeah, that's kind of what they have to do too, right? Get it around that player so the goalie can't see it coming.
Tatum Pock, 18 in blue, trying to call out some of these great defenders. They're doing an awesome job. Hank Weingarner in there, the middies, but the long poles, as Mercer kind of figure out the puzzle here one more time.
Yeah, they're doing the long poles like 24. Bo Strom.
Yeah, Strom.
And then Cam Hansen. You know, they're doing a great job.
One call right there. Strom giving Curry some business. It's back in the box.
Yeah, they've kind of taken Curry out with this zone.
This one, tough pass, Goggins.
See, that's the look they need. They need a little bit higher up. They lost the possession.
They did, low to high. They didn't have anybody covering behind the cage. And a big stop again for Bellevue, Tim.
Yeah, Bryce Galgon there with a direct shot over cage. But that one just kind of pitchforked out of his cross and well out of bounds.
Well, we see what they can do. Oh, there's a good defensive move right there by Rosado. He breaks it up. Ball kind of shaky.
Well, lucky they didn't get an offsides on that one.
Yeah, Mercer comes up with again. Shane Benaroya called his game a couple times. A big deep hole.
He wants this.
Yeah, he wants to. Says, I'll take a shot.
He's.
Oh, he gets a loss. John gets it to drop. Rosado there to save the day for Mercer.
Calm him down a little bit. You know, that, I think he wanted that a little bit too bad.
Everybody likes the deep holes going at it, though, don't they, Tim?
Everybody loves a pull goal, and Benaroya was searching for it all the way back behind the cage and around.
He was losing some juice there.
He was. You better check the pole. He might have lost a couple centimeters. It was hacking away. Galgon now back out to Curry up top. And big 99, Cam Hansen in blue.
Yeah, just great patience by the Bellevue defense. This is night and day difference than what we saw when they were playing Snohomish. And it's funny that, you know, when the coach Matthews was talking. Oh, nice shot.
Davis get his hands free a little bit. Shot in there. I don't know if that was pole or not. It's wide left. I'm not sure. Luke got a hand on it.
Looked wide and unobstructed.
Yeah, it was untouched, bounced right over. I'm guessing both teams are figuring out the turf is a little bit harder here
Yeah.
than they're used to.
Yeah, get that super bouncy ball out.
Curry now switches onto the near side. They're going to check on that. And he tries to swing one through. That one's wide right. But their shots on goal have increased since halftime stats. Nothing really called out except on the faceoff. Really, they're dead even on possession through one half.
Yeah, one up for Mercer starting the second.
But both teams just pretty even on shots on goal and the possession time. Mercer obviously with more as Davis looks at it here, and they slide the zone over.
I was just able to catch up with Van Roya real quick. Yeah, he agreed he wanted that one.
I love it.
That's awesome. Hey, be spirited. This is the game, right? Leave it all on the field.
Ryder takes two, now dishes. Back out.
See, that's
Galgon. There you go.
Yeah.
Top shelf. That one is
great save. That was a great save. Yep, great save. He really had to get down and dig that one out because that was spot on. That's what Mercer needs to do. They need to get those clean looks with the ball movement.
Yeah, Luke Ohsman dropped down like a catcher behind the home plate, and it was delivered just like a fastball and denied.
I love the baseball reference. That is awesome.
Too. Rosado coming on. Go Mariners. I don't even know what this team looks like. They're playing good baseball. But back here to Lacrosse. Galgon trying to fight through these big.
There it is, right there.
Top shelf. Yeah. This finally connects.
Talking about you gotta lull them to sleep. Just kind of creep in up top while their backs are turned. Get that ball passed from X. Clear shot.
And finally, the Islander fans, something to cheer about. They always come here. Student sections well represented here today, which is so fun. And all of a sudden, it's a one-goal game. Talking about Ryder Davis,
right
guys, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah, just they lulled him to sleep, put him back. He just creeped in, got the ball. Perfect pass from X. Had his nice little step down, picked his spot. So
these guys, they're not used to not scoring. Ryder Davis had 72 goals. He had 6 goals in the win over Ballard to get here. So they got to be frustrated.
Patient. I don't think they're frustrated. I think they're just
patient.
Wow. They've been here 2 times. They can't be frustrated. They have to be patient. They know if they can outlast Bellevue, this is their game.
Back-to-back last 2 years for Mercer Island as they get another possession off the face-off. And here's Seb Gonzalez with it. He's been big.
Yeah, you guys talk about Poles having a great day. Seb Gonzalez, number 21 of Mercer Island. Wow, what a day.
Yeah, he's got some goals and assists for this year, too, as well as quite a few ground balls. So, yeah, he's a definite defensive threat.
Davis back around now to Hikes. There goes that. Oh, that one bounces off.
Post serve.
Yeah, that one was all iron crossbar, sending that one back into play.
See, Mercer's still poking. They're still finding that weak spot. They're finding those. They just need to put them away.
Hind X. Hikes looks back out. Now Rosado on the left side. Curry wants in. Ryder's going to throw down, and that one's wide. It'll stay MI ball.
And that's a good look and a good take by Mercer Island. And you can see they've owned possession here for the better part of the second half. And granted, not all their shots on target, but they're the only ones shooting.
100%.
Yeah, possession.
See if we can tie this up. There's Ryder. Tied up at 3.
Yeah, you're going to see on the replay, he just hides it low behind the defender, and the back crease defender just kind of hides it from the goalie as well. So you see it pop up here, gets a little late, goes low, and just snipes that left low corner.
What a great day for the senior midfielder Ryder Davis, tying the score here in the state championship.
You know he likes to put it to the back of the net. Here's a big one. Justin Hayes has had a tough day at the faceoff, and he's doing a faceoff in the state. I know with the procedure call, gives it up again and come back the Islanders one more time.
So Islanders stall here, or do they go for it? They're tied at 3. They got 5 minutes left. Did they bring it to the fourth quarter?
Algon with it, 16. He's been busy this half.
Bellevue's pressing a little harder now. We'll see if that changes up to Mercer.
Ryder swings again. Back end rebound back up, and Galgon tries. It's off the far right, and it'll stay Islander ball.
Davis with another good take, this time switching to lefty. Almost on target.
Lakin Hikes, the senior, take care of it. His job is behind cage and directing traffic.
Yeah, see, they're rotating out a little bit more on offense there, rotating up and down. That'll keep Bellevue guessing where they're at.
Algon, Rosado, Curry.
Bellevue's got to be a little bit more aggressive here on defense, get that ball back.
Pull him out. There's
There we go.
Rosado shot, and right into the stick of the net keeper, Luke Olson. Here comes
Good
Bellevue.
clear. Good.
Haven't had a lot of opportunities this half. Jake Terry, 2 goals today, 27 in blue.
This is where Bellevue needs to be patient. They might have lost two goals in a row, but they need to be patient here.
You're absolutely right, Eric. The score is 0-0, and they got to look at it differently.
Exactly.
Terry just a little high.
That is a beautiful look, too. Off stick, left.
Rory Ritchie able to back it up.
Ritchie.
Yeah.
Just a junior.
There's the ball movement. We got to see more ball movement out of Bellevue. They're running it a little bit too much.
Chase.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
The quick stick didn't work.
Nate
Hey,
Weingartner.
Weingartner, thank you. It was wide open right at the doorstep.
Again, he got the bouncy ball, super bouncy ball action from the grounder.
Quick stick right in there. Good hustle, heads up play.
Weingartner tries to slip one by in the crease, and he'll stay in the house for Gohagen.
And that's the Islander defense that I am used to seeing, at least. If you get down into the crease, you're going to get threatened.
A big hit at midfield. Seb likes it.
That's why he's going to Premier College.
Yeah, Wesleyan heading there big.
Oh, he's jacked. Look at him. He's jacked.
Yeah.
He is jacked.
Seb Gonzalez. Bring on the contact.
Yeah, I don't think Bellevue was patient enough on that last set.
Curry wants in, and he's a little wide.
Take the freshman off and get a D and defensive midi in there.
Change up, now some communication on the Bellevue side. They've been here before. 3rd year for head coach Andy Matthews.
Yeah, Mercer was quick to pick up that the midfield didn't have the right defensive players in there.
Yeah, and you're just seeing way faster movement of the ball for the Islanders here in the second half.
That's what they need to do to get to take care of the zone. They need to keep that zone moving.
Bellevue crowd clearing on the defense. It's hard to stay focused this long as a defender. Galgon back out, Cam in his face.
Minute and a half.
Yeah, as a deep hole, you start to get worn out. This constant work, usually you're getting that breather while your offense is on the other side.
Hikes with a good look. Now he tosses it out. Hurry finds inside.
Oh my God. Great save.
Luke Carpenter had a quick
Play for pushing the back of possession.
And the big defender for Bellevue, Caden Thomason, the sophomore, stands tall and he'll be rewarded.
Yeah.
And look at the
30 seconds.
goalkeeper's fired up as you look at the Mercer Island crowd and the student section right here on a sunny day here in Seattle.
Luke Carpenter trying to turn and burn. The senior trying to sneak one in there. Wow. Kudos to the keeper, Luke Olson, standing strong in the crease for the Wolverines.
All right.
He was wide open in the post.
30 seconds.
Great look.
Bellevue needs this for the juice.
They need the juice, and there will be a man up here.
It's hot down here. I think we all need some juice.
There you go. Rory gets it around. Beckett back behind cage. We'll get it back up Teo. Now both teams moving the ball much quicker.
This is what they need to be doing all the time. But they need to be moving that Mercer defense around a little bit. There you go.
Open look.
Oh, my gosh.
O'Hagan. Oh, my. Beckett tried to get another one.
Freshman just couldn't find it. Gave it to him stick high.
Now we'll see if Bellevue on the ride.
And
Trey Kyle with the ball.
It's even.
He gets it turned over.
It's even now.
Teo Tagliavilla able to snag that one away from Mercer. Now the Wolverines going the other way.
All right, 20 seconds. Let's see what they can do. They need to put it away for the momentum here.
End of the third quarter. We were tied 3-1. Bellevue had the lead going into halftime. Here's the play. Kaysen, far left, getting all kinds of
Forcing it.
defense. Now ball down. Time ticking away. Beckett.
Oh, my gosh.
Did he get it off? I'm not sure.
He got it off, but it was wide.
Well wide the cage and out of bounds, and that'll expire the third.
Well, we head to the fourth, just like we started before they shot it off. Tied, going into the final championship here, 3A. We're all tied up. The fourth quarter coming up next on STSPN. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Eric Briggs, Tim Luce with you. Our executive producer today, Todd Elvig on the dials, running the board. Sarah Elvig and Christian on camera. Glad you're here with STSPN. Been able to bring you these state finals here for quite a few years, Eric. And you see the Bellevue crowd. I love they got the
colors.
They got it all going on.
They're hyped up. They got to get their team hyped up. This is going to be a critical fourth quarter. Last year, Bellevue just couldn't hold it in the fourth quarter. We got to see if they can do it. This is for the championship right here.
Justin Lee. He wants it, and he finally gets it.
Finally.
A big take there for Lee.
That's the confidence and possession that Bellevue needs to start this fourth quarter.
They'll hand it off. He had a quick goal, Justin Lee did, to start it off in that semifinal game against Snohomish. Caught everybody off guard.
You're exactly right. The Wolverines have been relying on Justin Lee all season long to get that offense initiated. That momentum is exactly what it takes for the team to get to the next level.
All kinds of rough defense outside, doing a great job. Now behind Cage. Yeah, back out to Teo.
Mercer's getting really aggressive on defense in this fourth quarter. It's like they saved it up for this.
Beckett!
A little bit too aggressive. Beat the depot, and again, the late slide from the middle of crease defender.
Don't tell him he's a freshman, Eric.
Oh, yeah, he's a freshman indeed. Beckett, Ritzer. And you say the angle, I'm right here on the field, and there was no angle.
Zero
there.
angle. Look,
he maybe had 2 inches of net to find, and he found it.
Yeah, you can see on the replay. He just, again, same move, beats the deep hole. Gonzalez, and the crease doesn't slide quick enough, and he has a zero angle, but he's got all net.
And they're up 1 goal, and that's all that matters with 11. And here goes Justin Lee goes to work again, and he gets it again.
Possession.
To his goalie.
This is going to be where Mercer, you're going to see Mercer put a lot of pressure on this ride.
Pam Hansen He's got to break through the midfield. There he goes. They got 20 seconds to get in the box, and they do so. Teo with it.
They got an offsides. There was miscommunication.
Oh my! Oh my!
That's huge. They got to be better at that.
Haven't had too many calls be impactful, and that one is. But the ball's down on a pass, and they come back with it.
Beautiful, no clear
Nick
there.
Weingartner gets it off to Kaysen.
That's just a mistake by the veteran goalie there.
Bellevue in business, up 1. 10:26 left to go in this state championship. Mercer's won 2 in a row. 7th straight year Bellevue Mercer Island 3A championship. Look.
I mean, you're going to watch this replay. He's got 2 men on him, just comes over the top, in between them, picks his spot, ball goes in. There, I mean, you can't defend that.
That
Look
literally
at this, just spins, 2 guys, hands free, over the top, go.
another millimeter, and that would have been 2. That would have been off the pipe, Tim.
And quickly, the Wolverines get behind Justin Lee as he goes back out to the dot. This Wolverine sideline, if you're talking about juice, Eric,
Oh, yeah.
they got it.
They're juiced.
Lee, and he
Oh.
gets it.
That's huge.
Justin Lee struggled in the first half. They were all even on possession. And this second half here, a different story, and it's all because of Justin Lee, 7 in blue. Long pass to Cam Hansen, 99 in blue. He's been the keepsake, and now there's a whistle.
Offsides.
Offsides again.
Costly mistake again by
How could it
Bellevue.
happen?
Yeah, all that work from Justin Lee has just gone down the drain as an unforced turnover, has Bellevue standing up for defense once again.
Yeah, Bellevue's got to be way more patient and smart about ball possession here, especially in the fourth quarter, even though they're up by 2. That's nothing with 9 minutes left to go.
Ryder with it, 7 in white on the far side. Teo taking him. And now they go to work.
Let's see how aggressive. They're being a little more aggressive on the zone,
Broken up by the long
Yep.
pole, but it's recovered there by Ryder.
but that keeps Mercer on the outside trying to look in.
We talked to Ian Hearn before. I asked him, I said, what's different about this team? He says, nothing really. It's pretty much all these seniors. Again, they have 9 seniors on this squad. They've been here. They have 2 state championships under their belt.
Yep.
I think the word he used was consistent.
Yes.
That's absolutely what this Mercer Island team is all about.
And they're showing that, especially with their ball possession.
Curry. Been shut out so far in the state championship. One of their top goal scorers, 40-plus on the year. There's a step down.
Oh, wow. Beautiful step down.
Rosado.
Again, get those hands clear, get your point in your goal fixed, and just shoot over the top on them. That's the only way to defeat the zone.
Senior attackman Lucas Rosado making it look effortless as he just steps into one and delivers it to the back of the net. Outstanding shot by the senior.
Yeah, it's just going to go around. They're just going to move it around, as you see here, and they're just going to give it to him, and he's going to step up between the 2. Boom.
Did make it look real easy on the replay there, and all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game with 8:30 left. Another big face-off, and yes, Lee gets it, tries to get it safely, and he does into Strom. Strom getting all kinds of business.
Yeah, they're putting the pressure on now. Mercer wants that ball.
Hank Weingartner with it, and now there's a call.
Timeout. Timeout, Bellevue.
A good timeout, making sure they're all set up there. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. 8:14, 1-goal game. Don't go anywhere right here on STSPN. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Eric Briggs, Tim Lewis with you, STSPN crew, and we have an absolute dandy.
Go to Nate or go to Nate.
Tim, what did you find out there as we get ready to get back and play here?
I don't know who Nate is, but I was able to jump in on the Mercer Island huddle there, and they said, Coach says, well, I'm real proud of you guys. You're getting your shots off, but it's not enough. We've got to shoot more, and we've got to maintain possession. As you can tell here in the fourth quarter, it's definitely the tide has turned. Bellevue was in control, and now Mercer Island looks like they've got the talking stick once again.
Well, there's some things going on. Rory Ritchie came off the field. We have whistles and our officials tonight, which we should have told you a long time ago.
Tayo came on, but I'm not sure. Yeah, what's the officials?
So, Wyman Flynn, Jeff Bainbrick, and Steve Dahl.
Don't forget Matt McCarthy.
And Matt McCarthy on the table. So, I don't know.
It's just an equipment malfunction.
Okay.
Oh, they had a substitution, but delay of game. They're going to call it on Bellevue, delay of game.
My goodness.
Oh, that hurts. That
is massive.
Change possession for them.
You can and Mercer's been capitalizing on Bellevue's mistakes. So
definitely catching a break here.
Yeah, this is going to be Mercer's opportunity to tie it up.
Well, we will make a note of that, as this could be critical.
Yeah, the last offside possession that Bellevue lost, Mercer made him pay for it. So
Jack Galgon, 3 and white, by the way, part of the Galgon family.
Lots of brothers on both teams.
Lots of brothers. As Jack gets off the field here, Ryder Davis, the senior, number 7. And these seniors want this bad. The expectation on the island is you win state titles.
So let's see if they get that ball movement. Let's see if Bellevue pressures and Mercer's gets that ball movement to get them out of position and take those step down shots like they've been doing.
Lakin hikes. He gets tied up, and he's fall down. Now it's a scrum. Big hit. Oh, my.
Oh, there's got to be a push in there somewhere.
Kane is coming to get the winner.
Huge. That's huge. Oh.
Now Strom's in there.
What a leaping grab.
Now we got
getting up
push.
And putting that one down to the turf. And finally,
loose ball push. Don't do it. The officials have to peel the bodies away.
Strom taken on.
Oh, wow.
Hit after hit.
Curry with a wrap check, and that one travels out of bounds. Islanders going the other way.
Now this one, he puts it. He's just throws it out of bounds. It'll be into the crowd, almost to our position.
Oh, the Bellevue crowd's going nuts over that one.
They want the ball.
Eric, I think the juice got passed around.
Yes, it did. This one's heating up.
What's in that juice?
The temperature's rising. Kaysen got it now for Bellevue. Up 1 goal. Would like to make it 2 with 6:40 left to go in this one.
All right, Bellevue definitely has to calm down here. They need to spread it. They know Mercer's going to come out hard and pressure. Keep that ball moving. Keep that ball moving. Keep that ball moving.
Alan Ritzer with it. Junior, and he gets it to his brother, Beckett. Beckett working the angle against the heralded senior, Seb. Turns him! Good trail check there by Seb, and he picks the freshman's pocket. Oh, my.
Gonzalez having to pick up an extra step from behind the cage and still getting it on the trail check.
Yeah, that's a true senior right there. He's playing his heart out.
Dohagen back. Gets it in. Now the ball is securely.
And now I think we're going to be taking a timeout with Mercer.
Yeah, that was a smart call.
Yeah, smart call.
5:47-ish left to go in this one. We will take a quick pause. We'll be back with the finish right here on STSPN. Tim, what do you want to see? Let's go down. Anything from the table there? Anything on the sideline?
Well, a real inspiring speech coming in from senior Oliver Sharp of the Wolverines. He said, "This is all up to us, guys. We've got to get out there and get the job done." And Coach Matthews says, "This is what we practice for. Leave it all out on the field. I love you guys."
That's fantastic.
He's a great coach.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love that. They don't have many seniors on the Wolverines, but Sharp making his leadership known. That's fantastic. Ryder Davis, 7 with it.
Yeah, these kids want to play their hearts out for him, too.
Mercer been here so many times. They've had a couple close games. They beat this Bellevue team by 2 in April.
Yeah, I want to say, I'm going to take a guess that, yep, there it is.
In close, he can't connect. Saeed had it at point blank and wasn't there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach O'Hearn is really wanting him to slow it down, but move the ball and then off-center cuts through the crease, and that just happened.
Bryce Galgon at 16 in white with it. Working from X. Tries to go up top. It's cut down. It's in Strom's stick now.
He's got
It's
enough
in
wheels.
Caden's stick. Thomason.
Oh, he's got enough wheels.
And Caden taking on 2. Stays on his feet and gets it back to Strom, and it's back on to Kaysen.
Oh, boy, he broke both the ankles on the Mercer defense there with the fake pass.
Far side now.
Way to
Better.
be patient. They didn't run into the enemy and didn't lose the ball. Kept Posier. This will be what helps Bellevue win this game.
Huge stop again for the Wolverines here. Teo looking at it up top, and they're so young. Just a freshman, Teo Tagavia. Beckett Ritzer, a freshman.
Let's
So
see if
once
they
again,
stall.
Bellevue loaded. Yeah, let's see what happens
Yeah,
here. 3:57 left to go.
I would hope they would stall this out and force Mercer to pressure, but my goodness, they did not. They decided to go for it. Cut the jugular. Beautiful assist. We'll see it on the replay. Beautiful assist by the senior number 26, Rory Ritchie, or the junior Rory Ritchie. We'll see it here. He's patiently behind, hits his man on X. Quick stick by number 14, goal.
Great, Nate, you leave me open in the paint, baby. He puts it through, and it's a 2-goal lead with 3:49 left to go in this one.
Let's see if we can get Lee to get that possession. Or does Mercer take control, wind down the clock?
Nate's first goal of this championship.
It's Mercer.
Big job there by Mercer Island's Manson to get that face off.
Wow, Bellevue is being super aggressive here. They do not want to lose this lead. And Mercer takes a timeout, knowing full well.
And just you talked about 6 and blue, Oliver Sharp, that senior you talked about, Tim. He's coming out hot. He wants.
Look at he's getting the crowd jacked.
Yeah,
too.
he is. Let's go.
Yeah, this Wolverine crew said 6 minutes, now under 6, now under 4. That's all we got left, guys. Let's give it everything we got, and they're definitely doing that.
We're going to keep it right here. Eric, do you think as far as Bellevue, do you keep that pressure on?
Oh, heck yeah. They got the momentum. They need to keep Mercer off on their heels. And, oh, my gosh, the crowd's just crazy here. Look at this Bellevue crowd is amazing. I love the colors.
Enjoying the summer day.
Yeah. Sunglasses. Normally you don't see sunglasses in Washington.
You don't. Tim, what about Mercer Island and, again, the legend, Ian O'Hearn? What's he telling his kids?
Composure is a big one right now. Let's maintain. And, again, we've got to get our shots going. We've got to get the sticks moving, get the ball moving, and get it in the back of the net. Urgent sense of ball play from the offense on Mercer Island. And it's
Look at that cutie right there. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
We got a little cutie with the pom-poms going on right there, cheering on our Bellevue team.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
No, I love it when the fans are able to get involved and support their teams. Both of these teams well deserving of the trophy today, but only one's going to get it. And Mercer Island going to come out here. I expect to see a lot more ball movement and shots fired as long as they can keep possession away from the Wolverines.
100%.
This would be, I'm just saying this right now, if Bellevue were to hang on, this would be a
huge.
serious upset.
I mean, they are the Cinderella team.
5-3 in conference play, 12-7 overall. They've been beaten quite a few times, has the Bellevue Wolverines to come out. Check down.
They get it back.
Mercer gets it again. Galgon, Bryce Galgon taking charge, the junior midi.
Bo Strom with a can opener.
That is a great huge save. That was a great step down shot. He doesn't miss those. That was a great save by the keeper.
Curry with a rocket bar under. Stopped.
And Oliver Sharp tries to get it down. A really risky pass, and Roy Ritchie bails him out.
Ritchie is just getting hammered, though. He needs to get rid of that ball.
Jason, and he takes a big blow, and there's the flag.
And
big
the goal.
And that's why you don't take your eye off the ball.
Don't take your eye off the ball. Yeah.
Four goals for sophomore Jake Terry.
Yeah, Ritchie made him pay by just being an absolute leader on the team, tickling hard for the team, allowed it to get open. 27. There's the defense is just now backing up. They're just scrambling at this point. So it was Bellevue's ball to hit. 3-point deficit with 2:47 left to go.
Tim, are they taking that flag off?
Yeah, this should be waved.
They're waving the flag. Okay. Because of the goal. There you go.
This is huge, Tim. How did they get out of this?
Well, face-off is going to be a big one. If they can keep this face-off alive for Mercer, they have a chance. But if Bellevue continues to win face-off, it's going to be a difficult one.
7-4, under 3 to go. Declan Manson, can he get it? No, Justin Lee comes up with it. He gets it safely to Bo Strom.
That's 3 in a row for Justin there.
And you'll see the Wolverine sideline slow down. Gold possession.
Yeah, Mercer's got to be way more aggressive here in the last 2.5 minutes.
That's a far shot, a big bounce. That one's trouble, but to back it up is there for Bellevue is Teo Tagavia.
I think they need to put more rubber pellets on this field. What do you think?
It's a bouncy house out there. Tagavia now getting pressured by Seb Gonzalez. Time ticking down. 2:04 left to go. We will have a STSPN player of the game right after this contest. And right now, if Bellevue hangs on, guys, I'm thinking it's got to be Jake Terry with 4 goals.
Oh, yeah. Jake is absolutely amazing. On fire, controlled the offense really well.
And a sophomore.
Yeah, unbelievable.
This is the Bellevue team to watch.
1:37. Got to watch the clock. 3-goal lead. Unbelievable. Bellevue coming back. Last year they got to the championship. They started 2-8 in that season. That was a tough pass. And now double teamed here is Beckett Ritzer, who's a big reason they're here. He had 4 goals in that win over Snohomish to get to this game.
They need to keep it in the box here.
Kaysen gets it back over to Terry.
So they got a nice little 3-man weave, just like in basketball.
Whoa, a low rounder. These passes are fantastic. Tail with it. Now just killing clock. Under a minute to go. Bellevue pass and feel it.
I do not think they're going to come back from the 3-point deficit lead with less than a minute.
Perfectly, just rolling it on the carpet. Ritzer back over to Terry.
Night and day difference between this team of Bellevue and last year's team, right?
Unbelievable.
Patience was key. Possession was key.
The great senior Lombardi last year.
Yeah, he was amazing.
And Terry going to keep it over. Now we have a whistle, and it's a timeout Bellevue with 28 seconds to go.
Is this the championship formation right here? They're gonna get in the wing.
This is unbelievable for those who follow boys high school lacrosse. We know Bellevue, Mercer Island. There were several years where Bellevue took it to Mercer for several years.
Right.
But Mercer's always been in it. This is the 10th state time they've been in this championship, 7 straight. And Mercer's been on an absolute heater the last 2 years.
Exactly, yeah. They've been consistent, like Coach Ian O'Hearn said, consistent. And, today they were consistent Bellevue had the numbers. I think Bellevue did step up, and that's the one thing Coach Matthews said is that his team playing other teams that weren't as good, they didn't play as good. But when they would step up against teams like Mercer and Mount Si and other teams.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do. Sometimes they do 2-player of the game, and the other guy I would put in the hat here, gentlemen, and we'll go down as you see the Bellevue crowd. Tim is the goalie for Bellevue.
Oh, absolutely.
On the season, he has a 43% save rate. He's not on his head. He's young. It's his first time starting the season. Luke Ohsman has been tremendous.
Yeah, he has had a stellar afternoon in the crease for the Wolverines. And it's coming down to the final ticks now.
Eder gets away, and he's got the ball, and he's just going to soak in the sun and soak in the moment.
Eder had his head in a clamp, get the 2 deep holes, and still got out of it. That's amazing. Here is a yard sale out in the middle of the field.
Take the 3A championship from the island across I-90. The kids from Bellevue are this year's state champs, 7-4.
Well earned. Tim, you got any comments down there?
Wow. And the excitement that this team is experiencing, taking home the state championships, it's infectious. You take 2 steps onto the turf, and I feel like I played all season with these guys.
If you can try to get number 27, Jake Terry, if you can find the goalie.
Number 15,
and Andy Matthews, I would love to hear. And you know what? Congratulations, his first state title as the head coach of the Bellevue Wolverines.
Third time here, first time winner.
Third time was a charm for Andy Matthews. You see the team celebrating, the fans are going nuts. And congratulations again, Mercer Island. They're the top of the class. They're best in class.
Yes, this was absolutely a dominant game. 4-4 or 4-7. That is just an absolute dominant game by both teams.
A 1-goal game. It was 8-12 left in the fourth quarter. Bellevue again turns it over on a delay of game. As we have somebody.
Not yet. They're going to do the handshakes, and then I will.
The person's like right in the middle of the field
we got
there.
Christian on camera down there. Hopefully we can find Christian, and he can get a great look at that as he's there covering that right there.
Yeah, but you were saying that at the very start of the first, I mean, it was anybody's game at that point.
It was. Bellevue was up 3-1 and but I'm saying at 8-12, Bellevue kept giving Mercer chances. At 8-12, they had a delay of game. They had 2 offsides calls where they had stopped them, and Mercer couldn't come in. Yeah,
they turned one of those in, but not enough.
Unbelievable. Again, we always get the goals, but Eric, the defense and the goalie were just absolutely stupendous.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have given it.
Let's go down.
We're going
here
down
to Tim here with our player of the game, Jake Terry, 4 goals.
Jake Terry, sophomore here, 4 goals on the afternoon. Jake Terry, your team now winning the championship. What's the feeling that you have here with these group of guys?
It's unreal. I mean, we've been working for this for so long. The past 2 years, we have been successful. Let's see what we need to happen. Let's go.
Absolutely. What would you say was the one deciding moment or the one factor that you guys knew you had this one?
I think our face-off, Justin Lee, he just had us the game. We had every single ball, and it was just amazing. We had possession.
Absolutely. Justin Lee doing a great job out at face-off and getting your momentum started. You're able to finish down here on the crease. You just stay focused on the play and made that last one in the goal. Man, that was exciting. What goes through your head when something like that goes down?
Oh, I just wanted the ball. We had numbers. I was cutting. Carter Casey fed me the ball last assist. That was game.
So awesome. Well done, young man. You should be very proud of your efforts. I know your teammates are proud of you. Go celebrate this victory. Good job.
Hey, great interview, Tim. Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah,
Tim.
I would say he's dead on. He's dead on with Lee. We didn't give Lee enough credit.
I agree.
That possession that
In
Lee
the
had.
second half, he was tremendous. Third and fourth quarter.
They were tied up until the second half, but the fourth quarter, he took it away with like 4 in a row.
I don't know if you, Tim, you get Andy Matthews, the head coach, at all, and then we'll wrap it up here as the 3A state finals. It was an unbelievable game, tight all the way, a 1-goal game, and then Bellevue comes up with just huge. The youngsters, they don't know any better.
I lost the cameraman, but I've got Coach Matthews.
Okay, here we go. Let's go down to Tim and Andy Matthews, the state title.
Coach Andy Matthews coming away a champion now with this team. How's this victory feel, first off?
Man, this is awesome. This is my third year here. In the last 2 years, coming up short in the championship is a feeling that a lot of this team remembers, and they just came to play today. It's awesome.
100%. You know, I was able to sneak into your huddles at timeouts and in between quarters, and you're very positive all the way through the game. Just keep the guys, good job, good job. How important are those positive reaffirmations throughout the game?
I mean, it's crucial because when you're in the game, you want to be playing your best. We want to be in that flow state zone where you're just always playing. You're not really thinking, you're just playing. We played 2 overtime games. We won our semifinal game by 1. We've been in these games before, and we know what it takes to win. It's just awesome. I'm so proud of this group. We have a small senior class, but I mean they fought.
Ask him about the zone.
I'm just so proud.
The zone defense.
So the guys all want to know, what about the zone defense? How good is that working for you?
Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. We tried it a couple times throughout the year. We thought maybe we might throw it against it in this game, but we didn't want them to have a look at it. And the last 2 weeks we've been all practicing it, and they just came out to play today. It was great.
100%. Yeah, your guys' defense was lights out. Your ride was a hard one to beat. And then you talked earlier at the beginning of the game about possession and stalling, if you will. Do you think you guys did a little bit of that yourself?
No comment on that.
All right. Fair enough. Hey, well fought today. Great victory, Coach. Congratulations. We'll see you next season. You're the team to beat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, what a great coach. I love talking to him. He's just so much fun to talk to. He did everything. He coached his team. He's an amazing coach. Congratulations to the entire Bellevue team.
Unbelievable. If you just didn't talk somebody, hope you see this on YouTube. Huge thanks to the Washington State Boys Lacrosse Association, everybody here, everybody in the truck, STSPN, our executive producer, Todd Elvig. Camera is Sarah and Christian. For Tim Luce, Eric Briggs, Scott Ohsman saying so long, Bellevue, your 3A champions of 2025.